Please no more.
मेरे बेटे का बच्चा लो। मेरे बेटे का बच्चा।
जिन्होंने ये हमला किया है उन आतंकियों को और इस हमले की साजिश रचने वालों को उनकी कल्पना से भी बड़ी सजा मिले।
On the 22nd of April, Pakistan-backed terrorists murdered 26 tourists in Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir. The victims were singled out, they were asked to recite Islamic verses, and if they were not able to, they were murdered.
आप टेंशन मत लो।
मेरे बेटे का बच्चा लो।
हम बचा देगा, कोई बात नहीं बहन, बचा देगा ना, आप टेंशन मत लो। हाँ ठीक है। यहाँ पे
मेरे बच्चे को
हम लोग फौजी हैं, कुछ नहीं करेंगे, आपकी सेफ्टी के लिए आए हैं।
उन्होंने हिंदू कौन है ऐसे पूछा सामने से और संजय लेले जी को सर पे गोली मार दी और उसके बाद मेरे जीजा जी को भी उन्होंने पेट पे गोली मार दी।
इसको लॉस फील नहीं करेगा। मेरा भाई एक देश के लिए एक सेक्रीफाइस किया है। बदला तो श्योर लेना है अभी।
The terrorists were affiliated to the Lashkar-e-Toiba, whose cadre, including its chief Hafiz Saeed, one of the masterminds of the 26/11 terror attacks, operates freely in Pakistan.
Today, from the soil of Bihar, I say to the whole world, India will identify, track and punish every terrorist and their backers. We will pursue them to the ends of the earth. India's spirit will never be broken by terrorism. Terrorism will not go unpunished. Every effort will be made to ensure that justice is done. The entire nation is firm in this resolve. Everyone who believes in humanity is with us. I thank the people of various countries and their leaders who have stood with us in these times.
There was outrage in India. People demanded a military response. After all, following the terror attacks on army personnel in Uri in 2016, India responded with surgical strikes across the line of control. In 2019, following the terror attack on CRPF personnel in Pulwama, India responded with the Balakot airstrikes. A template had been set. So when tourists were targeted this time in Jammu and Kashmir in such large numbers, how was India going to respond?
जिन्होंने इस घटना को अंजाम दिया है, हम उन तक भी पहुंचेंगे जिन्होंने पर्दे के पीछे बैठकर हिंदुस्तान की सरजमी पर ऐसी नापाक हरकतों की साजिशें रची हैं। भारत एक इतनी पुरानी सभ्यता और इतना बड़ा देश है जिसको ऐसे किसी भी आतंकी गतिविधियों से किसी भी सूरत में डराया नहीं जा सकता। ऐसी हरकतों का जिम्मेदार और इसके जिम्मेदार लोगों को आने वाले कुछ ही समय में जोरदार तरीके से नजर आएगा। मैं देशवासियों को आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूं।
The country only had to wait for 2 weeks. On the intervening night of May 6th and 7th, India launched Operation Sindoor. The name was apt. Those targeted in Pahalgam were men. Their wives were widowed. Operation Sindoor was vengeance.
हमने हनुमान जी के उस आदर्श का पालन किया है जो उन्होंने अशोक वाटिका उजाड़ते समय किया था। हमने केवल उन्हीं को मारा जिन्होंने हमारे मासूमों को मारा।
India has demonstrated considerable restraint in its response. However, it must be said that the Indian armed forces are fully prepared to respond to Pakistani misadventures, if any, that will escalate this situation.
मैं आप सबको बताना चाहती हूं कि किसी भी सैन्य ठिकाने का निशाना नहीं बनाया गया और अभी तक किसी तरह की नागरिक क्षति की रिपोर्ट नहीं है.
India exercised its right to respond and preempt as well as deter more such cross-border attacks. These actions were measured, non-escalatory, proportionate and responsible.
India carried out precision strikes at 9 terror bases in different parts of Pakistan. Prominent among them were Muridke, the headquarters of the Lashkar-e-Toiba, and Bahawalpur, where the Jaish-e-Mohammed is based. The damage across these 9 terror hideouts was extensive. More than 100 suspected terrorists were killed.
ऑपरेशन सिंदूर कॉन्सेप्चुअलाइज हुआ तो हमारा जो पीछे की कार्रवाई होती है स्पेड वर्क और टारगेट्स को आइडेंटिफाई और एनालाइज करने की कार्रवाई शुरू हो गई थी. मैंने जब स्टेटमेंट दिया तो मैंने बताया कि बहुत सारे थे, हमने 21 दिखाए होंगे और भी हैं, लेकिन वो लिस्ट फिल्टर करते करते 21 तक पहुंची. जो इंट एजेंसीज ने अभी तक असेसमेंट किया है उसमें उन्होंने कहा है कि तकरीबन 100 से ज़्यादा मारे गए हैं.
In fact, in Bahawalpur it is said that almost 14 members of the family of Jaish terrorist Maulana Masood Azhar were killed. This includes, according to many reports, Abdul Rauf Azhar, the brother of Maulana Masood Azhar. This was significant because Abdul Rauf Azhar was one of the masterminds of the IC-814 hijack, which led to the release of Maulana Masood Azhar as well as Omar Saeed Sheikh. The latter would go on to abduct and murder American journalist Daniel Pearl in Pakistan. Times Now's group editor-in-chief Navika Kumar spoke to Judayappa, the father of Daniel Pearl. He had also expressed outrage over the Pakistani army and government personnel being part of funeral proceedings for slain terrorists.
Mr. Pearl, you lost your son all of 23 years ago, beheaded by the Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists clearly who today are being called by the Western media militants and gunmen. India has decimated the headquarters of these terror camps of Jaish-e-Mohammed. You've tweeted today. I want to ask you, 23 years later, there has been retribution. How do you look at the developments and the fact that even as we are speaking, India is involved in a big conflict, drones from Pakistan coming, and the shielding of terrorists taking place by the Pakistan army?
Yes, I understand that this has been taken on in Pakistan, that Pakistan is both unable and unwilling to control or to disseminate their terrorist camps. What can I say? I'm not a military person and I do not know how to contain them. I know more about Israel, and Israel is probably the only country in the world who was able to contain, at least to control to some extent, the phenomena called the terrorism. I don't know what to advise to the Pakistani government except to tell them that the world is watching and it doesn't look right.
Mr. Pearl, you've also expressed your outrage over members of the Pakistan Armed Forces paying tributes alongside a US-sanctioned terrorist called Hafiz Abdul Rauf to other slain terrorists in the Indian strike. What do you have to say about this direct political and military patronage in Pakistan to these terrorists?
First of all, we are not really, they haven't verified the fact that Azhar was the one that was killed. They haven't officially verified it from what my understanding, okay? I've seen them mourning the death of some terrorists, but they haven't verified that it is Rauf Azhar. So we are waiting for this confirmation, number one. Number two, I tweeted about it. I don't understand how they can afford to to mourn terrorists in public with the political dignitaries from the government and from the military And the question that I ask is what kind of role models they want their children to revere. This question is, I can't understand it. So I cannot answer your question directly, number one, because I don't have a verification. Number two, I am puzzled by the way they revered their terrorists.
What's more, the man presiding over the funeral of these slain terrorists was a wanted terrorist himself, Hafiz Abdul Rauf. Pakistan's complicity with terrorism stood exposed before the world. After India struck these terror bases, Pakistan responded with attacks on India's civilians. They attacked gurudwaras and temples and nunneries in Poonch, among other areas. 16 civilians, including children, lost their lives in the shelling.
भारतीय सेनाओं ने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर को पाकिस्तान में मौजूद आतंकी ढांचा ढहाने के उद्देश्य से लॉन्च किया था। हमने उनके आम नागरिकों को कभी निशाना नहीं बनाया था, मगर पाकिस्तान ने न केवल भारत के नागरिक इलाकों को निशाना बनाया, बल्कि मंदिर, गुरुद्वारा, गिरजाघर पर भी हमले करने का प्रयास किया। भारतीय सेना ने शौर्य और पराक्रम के साथ साथ संयम का भी परिचय देते हुए पाकिस्तान के अन्य ठिकानों पर भी प्रहार करके करारा जवाब दिया है। हमने केवल सीमा से सटे सैन्य ठिकानों पर ही नहीं कार्रवाई की, बल्कि भारत की सेनाओं की धमक उस रावलपिंडी तक सुनी गई, जहां पाकिस्तानी फौज का हेडक्वार्टर मौजूद है।
Pahalgam represented the original escalation, followed by India's attack on 9 Pakistan terror sites. The attack on India's civilians was Pakistan's next escalation. India responded to this by destroying Pakistan's air defense systems in Lahore and other areas. Pakistan planned attacks on 26 different Indian locations in Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Gujarat and Rajasthan, all of which were thwarted. The initial press briefings on the Indian side to keep the country abreast of actions of our forces were presided over by India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri, Colonel Sofia Qureshi and Wing Commander Vyomika Singh.
पाकिस्तान द्वारा सैन्य ठिकानों को जानबूझकर निशाना बनाने के पश्चात भारतीय सशस्त्र बलों ने त्वरित व सुनियोजित जवाबी हमले किए। टेक्निकल इंस्टॉलेशंस, कमांड एंड कंट्रोल सेंटर्स, रडार साइट्स और हथियार भंडार को चुनकर निशाना बनाया गया। रफीकी, मुरीद, चकलाला, रहमियार खान, सुकूर और चुनिया स्थित पाक सैन्य ठिकानों पर एयर लॉन्च सटीक हथियारों व लड़ाकू जेट से प्रहार किए गए। पसरूर स्थित रडार साइट और सियालकोट का एविएशन बेस भी प्रिसीजन एम्यूनिशन से टारगेट किए गए। इन कार्रवाइयों के दौरान भारत ने कम से कम कोलैटरल डैमेज की क्षति सुनिश्चित की।
Pakistan threatened another escalation during its parleys with the United States. This was conveyed to India when the American Vice President J.D. Vance is known to have spoken to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. India told the United States that if Pakistan escalates, India will respond with more devastation. Pakistan provoked again, this time issuing a 90-minute threat to India. It is then that India responded with attacks on 13 air bases in Pakistan, causing large-scale damage, so much so that 20% of Pakistan's air infrastructure stood destroyed. India's missiles downed 7 to 8 of Pakistan's planes, and 35 to 40 security personnel in Pakistan are known to have been killed.
The Pakistan Army has reported to have lost approximately 35 to 40 personnel in artillery and small arms firing on the line of control between the 7th and the 10th of May.
Have we achieved our objective of decimating that terrorist camp? And the answer is a thumping yes. And the results are for the whole world to see. All I can say is that we have achieved our objectives that we selected, and all our pilots are back home.
Our forces remained forward deployed in the Northern Arabian Sea in a dissuasive and deterrent posture with full readiness and capacity to strike select targets at sea and on land, including Karachi at time of our choosing. The forward deployment of the Indian Navy compelled Pakistani naval and air units to be in a defensive posture.
And here's what's really interesting. India struck the Noor Khan base very close to Pakistan's Strategic Forces Command, which is an operational command center for nuclear weapons. And it also struck the Mushaf Air Base in Sargodha, not very far from Kirana Hills, which also hosts a nuclear installation. The Indian Air Force denied that Kirana Hills had been struck, though the manner in which this message was conveyed appeared to raise more questions than answers.
Thank you for telling us that Kirana Hill houses some nuclear installation. We did not know about it. Okay. And we've not hit Kirana Hills, whatever is there. Okay. I did not brief in my briefing yesterday. Thank you.
आतंक का हर संगठन जान चुका है कि हमारी बहनों बेटियों के माथे से सिंदूर हटाने का अंजाम क्या होता है। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर न्याय की अखंड प्रतिज्ञा है। पाकिस्तान की तैयारी सीमा पर वार की, लेकिन भारत ने पाकिस्तान के सीने पर वार कर दिया।
Following the attack on Pakistan's air bases, the Pakistan government rushed to beg for help. They reached out to India to halt, and India responded by saying that we will wait and see. Subsequently, Pakistan's DGMO got in touch with his Indian counterpart at 3:35 p.m. on the 10th of May, and that's when there was an understanding reached on the stoppage of firing.
The Director General of Military Operations of Pakistan called the Director General of Military Operations of India at 15:35 hours earlier this afternoon. It was agreed between them that both sides would stop all firing and military action on land and in the air and sea with effect from 1700 hours Indian Standard Time today. Instructions have been given on both sides to give effect to this understanding. The Directors General of Military Operations will talk again on the 12th of May at 1200 hours. Thank you.
Pakistan has also been waging a propaganda war, celebrating the stoppage of firing as a successful defense of its country. This is all hogwash. Times Now spoke to Tom Cooper, a renowned military historian, for a true understanding of the extent of the damage that was inflicted on Pakistan, including whether its nuclear sites were hit.
Pakistan attempted to hit back on India with attack UAVs, with artillery missiles, even with ballistic missiles, and essentially this effort has failed because Indian air defenses have shot down the mass of incoming weaponry. And on the other hand, we have seen early on 10th of May, Indian Air Force striking not only Pakistan Air Force bases, but also the both entrances to the Pakistan nuclear weapon storage site at the Mushaf Air Base. This is a part of Sargodha complex. And the fact is, in the military, in the way the military understands warfare, when you start targeting enemy nuclear weapon storage sites, that means you are absolutely sure the enemy cannot hit back. And the reason the enemy cannot hit back, in this case, this enemy is Pakistan, is that you have managed to overpower enemy's defenses and then to block all the enemy attempts to hit you, in this case, India. Therefore, to strike an enemy nuclear weapon storage site is absolutely, evidence of Indian confidence that it cannot hit back, that Pakistan cannot hit back. And from this point of view, it's a clear-cut victory for India.
John Spencer, an expert in urban warfare, also outlined India's achievements through its military superiority.
Operation Sindoor is very unique for me as a teacher and student of war, as in after an awful terrorist attack, India responded immediately with strategic clarity on what their goals was, striking 9 terrorist sites, so very, very discriminately, but also very overwhelming against terrorist infrastructure for the terrorists that had launched attack on Indian soil, killing Indian civilians. And that started Operation Sindoor, which was very unique in the immediate and clear message that that operation started. But then the Pakistan military, which we all know that they fund and resource the terrorists, but the Pakistan military attacked India with drones and wasn't able to hit any of the Indian military and civilian sites they were targeting because of India's overwhelming air defense capabilities. India then responded against military sites in Pakistan at will with basically 100% success, very discriminately targeting the objectives.
One is not in a position to trust Pakistan, and therefore India needs to be vigilant. Attempts at infiltration have been foiled and several terrorists have been neutralized in Jammu and Kashmir. Prime Minister Modi addressed the nation and said that Operation Sindoor is not yet over. He defined the 3 conditions that are indicative of what he described as the new normal.
ऑपरेशन सिंदूर ने आतंक के खिलाफ लड़ाई में एक नई लकीर खींच दी है, एक नया पैमाना, न्यू नॉर्मल तय कर दिया है। पहला, भारत पर आतंकी हमला हुआ तो मुंह तोड़ जवाब दिया जाएगा। हम अपने तरीके से, अपनी शर्तों पर जवाब देकर रहेंगे। हर उस जगह जाकर कठोर कार्रवाई करेंगे जहां से आतंक की जड़ें निकलती हैं। दूसरा, कोई भी न्यूक्लियर ब्लैकमेल भारत नहीं सहेगा। न्यूक्लियर ब्लैकमेल की आड़ में पनप रहे आतंकी ठिकानों पर भारत सटीक और निर्णायक प्रहार करेगा। तीसरा, हम आतंक की सरपरस्त सरकार और आतंक के आकाओं को अलग अलग नहीं देखेंगे।
In a show of solidarity, Prime Minister Modi visited the Adampur Air Base in Punjab. The Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh visited Srinagar in Jammu and Kashmir and Bhuj in Gujarat. For now, there is a pause in hostilities, but how long will this last? It all depends on Pakistan's behavior.